up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Soldiers Talk the Podcast. I'm your host, Sergeant McPherson, and on this show we discuss military topics with current and prior service members. Today I finally got you guys an officer. I have Lieutenant Bennett. Lieutenant Bennett, go ahead and kind of introduce yourself to the people.
Hi, how y'all doing? My name is Lieutenant Bennett. I'm from South Carolina. Been in the Army for about 6 years now. I went green and gold, formerly stationed in Germany. Then I went green and gold from there, and now I'm here at Bragg. Okay,
so you said you from South Carolina, but you also say you from South America though, right?
Yeah, originally I'm from Guyana. I came to the United States in like 2009. Then I went to Mullins High School, and that's where I went to the Army from.
Okay, so like how is it, like, because I never met somebody that was from South America, like what, like, is it, how different is it over there?
So it's one of the only English speaking countries in South America, so it's Caribbean. So if you think of Jamaican and their culture, that's essentially how similar we are. We're all Caribbean in that area.
So what's the other, it's another like most talked about like Caribbean place, I don't know what, Belize or something like that, is that considered Caribbean? Or is that in South America or
yeah,
something?
That's in South America, but I don't know if it's considered Caribbean, but yeah, it's all the same thing essentially. But it's right on the border, so it's next to Venezuela, Brazil, and Suriname. But it's considered part of the Caribbean still.
So your mom and dad from there?
Whole family.
So most of your family is over there?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you moved from South America to South Carolina, like how did you experience any differences like in like anything?
Yeah, so I had an accent at the time, so got bullied a lot, but you just learn to be quiet and just focus on your work. And I excelled at school because of that, so yeah.
Okay, so in South Carolina, like you went to high school in South Carolina, right? Mm-hmm. So how was South Carolina in general? Like just kind of explain the atmosphere on your experiences in South Carolina, basically.
I mean, it's the only place I've been to, you know, in the States at that time. So it was pretty decent. It was a pretty central location. You're next to Columbia, Myrtle Beach. So South Carolina in itself is not really that bad. It's pretty decent.
Okay, so in your journey to enlistment, kind of explain what made you make the decision to join the Army.
Okay, yeah, so I noticed everyone that was either going to school in South Carolina or just working, they were just there for their whole lives, and I was like, this is not what I want to do. So at 17, I found a recruiter and got out of there. Like, I left a month after graduating to basic training.
So that's crazy, because like, did you, any recruiters, like they was coming to your school or something? Like, I'm trying to figure out what made you interested.
Yeah, they were always coming, and at first I thought I was going to go to school because I had a full scholarship, but at a certain point I was like, this is not, I don't want to stay in South Carolina my whole life, so this is my best opportunity to get out, you know, for a bigger purpose.
Okay, so when you joined, what year you joined?
2012.
2012. Okay. So, and you came in as a 92 Yankee, right?
Correct.
Okay, so did you like being a 92 Yankee, which is a unit supply specialist? Did you like doing that?
So I loved being a Yankee. It was a certain point where I was the only one running a whole company as a company supply sergeant, as a PFC, as a specialist. So it was tough at times, but it's really the most independent job, and you only really work for the commander. So that's the aspect I liked about it.
Okay, so you managed to build yourself all the way up to an NCO. So how long was you an enlisted soldier before you decided to become an officer?
So I was enlisted for about 4 years. And right around, like, almost exactly at my 4-year mark is when I got accepted to Green and Gold and left Germany and came back to South Carolina to go to college at Coastal Carolina.
Okay, so for the soldiers out there who might be inquiring about doing Green and Gold and becoming an officer, can you kind of explain some of the requirements that they need to have?
Of course. So you can either have your degree already or be working on your degree. There's different types of green or gold, but the bare minimum is at least a 110 GT score. I would say that's probably where people have a hard time getting in. And there's 3 different kinds. So I said there's active duty green or gold, hip pocket scholarship, which is the one I did, and then there's just regular green or gold. So active duty is the best option in my opinion, but it's just a lot more competitive to get into. But you can do it. It's like a 70% selection rating. So if you're persistent, you can definitely do it.
Okay, so during that process, what school you went to?
Coastal Carolina. It's in Conway, South Carolina, about an hour and a half from here.
So when you was enlisted, where was you at? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Germany.
Okay, so
I was in Germany for the whole 4 years.
So you applied to a school in South Carolina, and that's how you got.
Correct.
Because I thought you had to apply like to a local school that they doing it at. Like, say if you stationed in Germany, you have to apply to a school that's like in that area or something like that.
Absolutely not. When you apply, you can literally pick any school in the entire United States to go to, and you can go if you get accepted. It's no stipulations on where you're currently at, because you're literally leave and go there. Like that's your new job essentially, is to go to school.
Okay, so can you kind of explain to the people that's what type of officer are you?
So I am a signal officer, a 25 Alpha. So I'm in charge of all things communication, IT. That's my job. That's my lane.
Okay, so now that y'all have kind of got like a background on Lieutenant Bennett, we're gonna go into the subject that we were supposed to be discussing today, which was the upgraded standards for the females out of AR670-1. So far as the hairstyles, the fingernails and earrings and stuff like that, can you kind of give them a brief on what changes they have been made, ma'am?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the major changes are females can now wear ponytails as long as they don't extend past their shoulder blade. You can now have color on your nails, and now you can wear earrings, which is pretty huge because we never thought we would see that in my 6-year career.
Yes, ma'am. So do you think, like, before the changes were made, did it affect you in any way? I mean, like, of course I figure like, you want to wear, you know what I mean? But I'm trying to say, like, did it mean, like, did it have a significant meaning to you after they changed it?
To me personally, yes, because I don't have to worry about trying to manipulate my hair into a bun because I have locks. So I was considering cutting it like about a month before the regulation passed and came through. So it definitely impacted me in a big way. Like the earrings, it's nice to have, but that's not really going to impact my life, or the nails. So yeah, they definitely, the having to be able to wear a ponytail is definitely life-changing for me, I would say.
Okay, so for the female soldiers out there, regarding earrings, right here it says that female soldiers can wear earrings, but they must be screw-on, clip-on, or post-type earrings in gold, silver, or diamond, and must be unadorned and spherical without exceeding 6 millimeter or 1/4 inch in diameter. So that's some of the stuff regarding females as far as the earrings, and it's saying that y'all also can only wear them in service, dress, mess, and evening mess uniforms. So this regulation also saying that y'all cannot wear them in the field. So I know it's some females that's like really girly. So because I was talking to a female one time, and she was explaining like that's some of the stuff like that she always do. So there's some people out here that they just got to have that. I don't know why. So another thing was you mentioned the hairstyles, ma'am. So the hairstyles is saying that long as it's neat and professional, have a professional appearance and doesn't impede with the use of headgear. So can you kind of elaborate on that? So long as...
So you can't have a bun on the top of your head expecting your PC to fit flat. It has to be somewhat below where your name tape would be, so that where your PC is not looking all crazy, essentially. You can't have it lopsided. You just want it to still maintain professional appearance.
Okay, so if it looks out of regulation, so if you see a female and her PC is not on properly because of her hair, that means that's kind of out of regulation, right?
Yeah. She can either get a bigger PC or change her hair.
Okay, and also it says that y'all are allowed to braid, twist, lock, or cornrow their hair if they are uniform and no greater than a ½ inch in width. So I know you was explaining something about the hairstyles.
So they made it to where now you can have 2 hairstyles essentially, because they were considering locks, which is not really a hairstyle, it's kind of a choice. So now I can now braid my locks. So if you have twists, you can still braid your twists as long as it looks professional and doesn't impede your headgear.
Okay, and that's what's on the multiple hairstyles for, I guess, women with female soldiers with dreadlocks or any type of hairstyle that might impede the use of headgear.
Mm-hmm.
So another thing is the females with the shorter hairstyles. It's saying that a soldier hair length can be no shorter than 1/4 of an inch from the scalp unless otherwise exempt due to a medical condition or injury. So that's saying it can be no shorter than 1/4 of an inch.
Correct. That's probably going to get some revision, because people in Ranger School, all the females that's going to Ranger School and these other schools require them to be completely bald. So now they're out of regulation. So that's not really making a lot of sense. So that's probably going to get some revision as well.
Yeah, that's what it was saying right here. It was saying, this is...
Penelope?
Yeah, that's probably spelt wrong. But it say determined that females attending Ranger, Special Forces, or SAPA training were often encouraged to cut their hair to abide by health and hygiene recommendations while training in an austere environment. So I guess that's already an exception as far as if you in Ranger School or something like that.
Correct, yeah. But they're still technically out of regulation, but yeah.
Okay, so now that you guys have, well, some of the female soldiers are kind of, they get some more information about the hairstyles and the updated regulations as far as AR670-1. Lieutenant Bennett, you got any type of advice that you want to leave, that you have for any soldiers out there who might be watching?
I would just say, don't let anyone interfere with what you want to do. Go for it. If one person says no, go to the next person. Like, at the end of the day, the Army is an amazing career path. And if you can definitely get as much as you can out of it, because the Army's going to get as much as they can out of you. So let it be an even trade.
Okay, Lieutenant Bennett, I would like to thank you for this interview.
Thank you so much for being a part of the podcast.
And I see you guys in formation.